First tonight on our news weekend, evacuation orders are in effect for parts of Grand Bahama and Abaco tonight. As a tropical storm approaches, we've got the latest from the acting Prime Minister. Plus, Abaco residents are not wasting any time getting prepared. Our Delvado Emmanuel is live in Marsh Harbor tonight. And from McLeanstown to Sweeting's residents on Grand Bahama are being told to move out now as emergency officials go into full storm mode. Our news weekend starts right now. A disaster alert has been declared and evacuation orders issued to residents in low-lying areas. Welcome to our news, the weekend edition. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Berthany McDermott. Leave now. That's the message tonight to residents in low-lying areas as Acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper issues a disaster alert and evacuation orders for parts of Grand Bahama, Abaco, and the surrounding keys. The announcement coming this afternoon at a press conference called by the Disaster Risk Management Authority. The order comes as the tropical depression moves up the island chain and is expected to strengthen into Tropical Storm Imelda within hours. The system is packing winds just over 35 miles per hour, bringing with it the threat of heavy rain and flooding. Cooper stressing the alert are to ensure the safety of residents. The following areas have been ordered to evacuate.
East Grand Bahama, including the settlements of Freetown, High Rock, Pelican Point, and McLeanstown, and the associated keys such as August Key, McLeanstown Key, Big Harbor Key, Little Harbor Key, Bonefish Key, Sweetings Key, Water Key, Deepwater Key, Lightburn Key, Big Cross Key, Michael's Key, and Long Key, and the Abaco keys of Grand Key and Walker's Key.
Officials confirming that the RV trailer park site near the government complex in Marsh Harbor is also under mandatory evacuation. Evacuees are being urged to head to designated shelters identified by the DRM. Police Commissioner Shanton Old telling our news that law enforcement officers are already on the ground assisting with the evacuation efforts on Grand Bahama. Meanwhile, DRM Managing Director Aaron Sargent says special assistance is being provided for vulnerable residents.
We have been, again, previously working through the administrators who are leading the charge at this level with regards to looking at ways to protect the vulnerable. Especially, I can tell you, Sweeting's they have prioritized the vulnerable, the elderly individuals that need special care. As you've heard in Minister Landy's remarks, the shelter, the special needs shelter, it is open at Christ the King in Grand Bahama.
Residents in New Providence are not taking any chances. Traffic lined the streets this morning as locals scrambled to finish last-minute storm preparations ahead of the system's arrival. Our Danielle Miller hit the streets and spoke with residents today.
Don't wait, because it's so unpredictable. As you can see, the weather that we've been having actually throughout the year so far, it's been very unstable. 1 minute it's sunny and then where the storm come from?
That's resident Aaliyah Colley, who I met Saturday morning as she picked up final supplies ahead of the storm. She was among hundreds of New Providence residents who flooded grocery stores, water depots, and home supply outlets, all racing to prepare. Colley says she's been tracking the system for days, but as it draws closer, the nerves are starting to set in.
And getting a little antsy today. Actually drove around to some of the food stores and had to leave because it was so overcrowded. I said, I'll try other avenues by going to maybe a mom and pop store.
Another resident, Kimberly Roberts, says she's also been proactive, taking no chances with this unpredictable weather.
Well, besides getting my water, my home insurance is paid up to date.
But for restaurant owner Chef Emmanuel Gibson, preparations look a bit different.
With the storm approaching, that's going to be a loss in sales. So instead of stocking up, we kind of cut back. Yeah.
Now, Berthany, as we've heard time and time again from our in-house meteorologists, as they track this system as well as others, it's always best to err on the side of caution. And for most residents in New Providence, they're doing just that. Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
Thanks, Danielle. And we have teams on 2 islands as Family Islands brace for impact. We begin with our Joshua Williams, who's on San Salvador. Residents there actually felt some effects of the storm today, Joshua. We understand conditions weren't too serious?
Good evening, Brittany. Yes, we got some rainfall today. Waves are crashing on the shoreline. Not too much wind, and residents were sure to prepare yesterday. A number of them stopping to gas stations, to the food store, just making sure they were prepared just in case.
But like I keep telling them, we can never be too prepared. You understand? Prevention is better than sacrifice. So I would encourage them to please prepare as much as possible, secure whatever it is, whatever weather system comes, and then we'll have to deal with the aftermath.
That was the warning last evening from Island Administrator Francis Barr, urging residents to take no chances. And for a while today, it looked like there'd be no need. The morning started off calm with just a few clouds and a light breeze with no sign of the system. My cameraman Donald and I made our way around the island, stopping at points of interest in Coburn Town, Victoria Hill, and United Estates, where the weather remained relatively calm. But heading back, the skies quickly darkened, and shortly after, the rain came down. A heavy squall rolled in from the east, making visibility difficult along the roads. Waves crashed along the dock and barrier wall, and for a while things quieted until another round of rain poured in. Police officers were seen out on the streets helping motorists navigate wet roads as the showers continued. Early I spoke with youth parliamentarian Reno Kelly, who says he's thankful the storm didn't bring more severe conditions.
It is very important to take hurricanes seriously because, Hurricane Dorian, every time a Bahamian hear about a tropical storm or a hurricane, our mind go back to Hurricane Dorian, where we lost so many lives and so much people were unprepared. So that should be a wake-up call for all of us Bahamians. When we hear that it's hurricane season in the month of June, we must get ready. Because if we stay ready, we don't have to get ready.
And of course, Brittany, this island is no stranger to hurricanes. In fact, tomorrow marks the 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Joaquin. So we'll be sure to have more of that tomorrow, as well as an update on conditions. Brittany?
Thanks so much, Joshua. Stay safe, and we'll be sure to check back in with you. We move now to the north. As the tropical system edges closer to the northwest Bahamas, Abaco residents are not wasting any time getting prepared. Our Delvado Manuel has been there all day. Delvado, we understand that crowds have been swarming grocery stores there. What are the conditions like?
Well, personally, I can tell you it's been raining off and on the entire day. We've been trying to relocate to prepare for this newscast. But as this storm inches closer, residents here at Abaco are now in preparation mode once again. Early today, I visited a local store where they tell me they're not taking any chances this time around.
I came over from Hopetown on the ferry, so I timed it just right in time for the hurricane preparedness. So I'm getting my usual essentials, and I might add one or two more just for the hurricane.
As this tropical system moves closer to northwest Bahamas, storm preparation is top of mind for many Abaco residents. At Maxwell's, one of the island's busiest grocery stores, shoppers say they're stocking up early.
I mean, it's supposed to be something minor, so we're just preparing by getting some snacks, groceries, water, of course, just the basic necessities, nothing too major. We live on a hill, thankfully, so that's what saved us last time. So even if it is a lot of water, at least we should be spared from that.
While shoppers packed carts, store manager at Maxwell's, Rochelle Lyburn, says they've been bracing for the rush.
It's the time of the year that we have these kind of things, so we always try to bulk up on our orders and stuff. It started from Thursday. We've had, a lot of people coming in.
The tropical system is forecast to bring between 4 to 8 inches of rain across central and southeast Bahamas, with some areas seeing up to 10 inches, a major concern for this resident.
Boarding up windows because we're preparing for wind and rain mainly, and I'm hoping it don't get no worse than that. But I was over in Marsh Harbor for Dorian, so my nerves a little on edge.
After experiencing Hurricane Dorian back in 2019, these residents say preparation is key.
Dorian was a real lesson for us. So this storm coming here, everyone should be, well aware and well prepared for this.
Yeah, it was a lot. Some people still traumatized. Some of the people who went, they never came back. But they just used the hurricane around here.
Well, BJ, I can tell you the residents here on your hometown are prepared for whatever comes their way. Now, meanwhile, Acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper issued an evacuation order for those in Grand Key, as well as those in the RV park adjacent to the government complex. For now, we'll be here throughout the weekend as we continue to monitor the storm. For now, here in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, I'm Delvado Manuel, sending it back to you.
Thanks so much, Delvado. Stay safe, and we'll be sure to check back in with you as well. For the latest on this system, be sure to follow all of our social media platforms as we monitor the developing system. East Grand Bahama is under an evacuation order tonight as officials move into full storm mode. Officials expect the eastern end of the island to bear the brunt of the system. The command center was officially activated this morning at the Harold de Gregory complex, and Island Administrator Preston Cooper says the focus is on getting residents to safety. The public can reach the command center in Grand Bahama at 351-4902 through 4904 for assistance. 4 shelters are now open: Maurice Moore Primary School in the East Grand Bahama, Christ the King, Foster B. Pestania Center, designed for special needs, the St. George's High School in Freeport, and the 8 Mile Rock Gym in West Grand Bahama. Administrator Preston Cooper is urging full cooperation, noting that rescues will not be carried out until the all clear is given.
This is no time to be heroes. You could adopt the attitude, but this is not a hurricane. But the hurricane is forming in our waters, and you don't know what will happen. So out of an abundance of caution, we're asking you to cooperate and evacuate. The Grand Bahama Utility Company advised today, as a result of the evacuation declaration made, that the water supplies is going to be turned off from Freeport, which will affect water supply in East Grand Bahama. So those persons basically who choose to remain behind will be deprived of water supplies. So it is in their best interest then to cooperate.
And again, we are actively monitoring this system. Meteorologist Ian McKenzie joins me live with the latest coordinates. Ian, what can you tell us tonight?
Thanks, Bethany. Good evening, Bahamas. Here now we're tracking 2 systems in the tropics, but of concern to us is Tropical Depression 9. At 5 p.m. this evening, Tropical Depression 9 was located near latitude 22.2 degrees north or 76.5 degrees west, moving very slowly towards the northwest at only 5 miles per hour, and that is not good news. We want this out of our area as soon as possible. Wind speeds right now at 35 miles per hour, gusting up to about 46 miles per hour. So we're just about 4 miles per hour from actually becoming a tropical storm. We do expect conditions to gradually improve, and this can be a storm possibly later tonight or early tomorrow. Taking a look now at the cloudiness associated with this storm. We have a vast area of cloudiness extending well beyond Grand Bahama and even as far south of Cuba, still affecting portions of Jamaica and even Haiti and the Dominican Republic. But talking about our country, the Bahamas, we do expect rainfall 4 to 8 and even up to 10 inches in certain areas. As the system strengthens and moves towards the northwest and north, we can see deteriorating conditions across New Providence beginning late tonight into tomorrow with heavier rainfall conditions expected around 8 a.m. We expect strong gusty winds getting up in excess about 50 miles per hour, folks. So we hope that you have moved any loose debris from around your homes that can become flying objects across the extreme northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Abaco areas. Conditions expected to deteriorate after 8 a.m. and expected to continue pretty much throughout the day. Rainfall, rainfall, rainfall. We have seen rainfall throughout the entire month of September. So the area, the land is already saturated, folks. So you can expect localized flooding across most areas, flood-prone areas. If you heard evacuation orders, especially across Grand Bahama, Abaco area, please heed the warning and leave. Bethany?
Thanks so much, Ian. Ian, what's the likelihood of a tornado or another microburst from this system? We heard about the rain and the flooding, but is this possible?
Okay, well, Bethany, tropical cyclone is really organized thunderstorms. And once you have thunderstorms, as they become better organized into a tropical storm, there is a possibility as they move over land that the friction interaction can generate tornadoes and microbursts from the thunderstorms as well.
Thanks so much, Ian. Definitely something to keep our eyes on. We'll check back in with you later on in the newscast. When our news weekend comes back from the break, Doctors Hospital closing its outpatient facilities ahead of the pending storm. And the Lynden Pinling International Airport says all flights will be suspended at midnight. The details when our news weekend returns. Storm prep in full swing in the capital. This as Doctors Hospital completely shut down its outpatient clinics as the tropical storm approaches. All outpatient locations in New Providence closed at 12 p.m. today and will remain closed until further notice. That includes Centerville Medical Center, Paradise Island, Doctors Hospital West, Melton Mall, and The Point. Officials say the move is out of an abundance of caution as the system nears the Bahamas. Multiple churches in the capital have begun canceling in-person weekend services as the system develops as well. Among them, Bahamas Harvest Church invited members to join virtually for Sunday worship at 9:30 a.m. via their online stream. The church encourages all families to take every precaution and prepare themselves and their loved ones for the potential storm. Senior Pastor Mario Moxie said faith reminds us that even in the storm, God remains our shelter and strength. Meanwhile, the Church of God of Prophecy Bahamas is recommending its church's move to virtual service this Sunday, as in-person gatherings could pose a risk. Officials at the Lynden Pinling International Airport say they're keeping a close eye on the tropical storm. Flights are set to be suspended around midnight. Airport operations confirm all emergency protocols are now active, with operation, maintenance, and safety teams preparing both airside and terminal areas. For now, the airport remains open and fully operational, with most flights still on schedule. Travelers are urged to check directly with their airline for updates or visit nassauLPIA.com for contact details. Flights are set to resume once the all clear is given and safety inspections are completed. Meanwhile, Bahamas Air is taking precautionary measures as well. The national flag carrier announcing the suspension of all flights on Sunday, September 28th, with service expected to continue Monday, weather permitting. To help passengers, change fees and penalties are being waived for 7 days, and extra flights will be added where possible. Bahamas Air is urging customers to stay tuned to its official website and social media pages for updates, and Western Air has canceled all of its flights scheduled for Sunday morning due to the growing system as well. In a statement to its social media page, the airline said flights to Cat Islands, Abaco, North Eleuthera, Congo Town, Fort Lauderdale, Bimini, and Freeport to Fort Lauderdale are canceled. Operations are expected to resume Monday, and additional flights will be scheduled as needed to accommodate affected passengers. And Flamingo Air has canceled all Freeport to Nassau afternoon flights today, Saturday, September 27th, due to that approaching system as well. The airline says Nassau flights will resume Sunday afternoon, while Freeport services restart Monday morning, weather permitting. The Cable Bahamas group of companies advising that it has fully mobilized to support customers, protect the network, and ensure continued service where possible. In a statement this afternoon, the company noted that stores remain open and sites are equipped with backup power to maintain operations during outages. Additionally, contact centers are fully staffed and ready to receive any service reports, and technicians are on standby to be dispatched to affected areas once conditions clear. The company also advising that it will not dispatch any technician for service calls or installs scheduled for tomorrow until the official all clear has been given and assessment of impacted areas are completed. Cable Bahamas is apologizing for any inconvenience caused and says customers directly affected will be contacted to reschedule their appointments.
We hear from Coach Yo and we remember the life of Eddie Ford coming up next on our Sports Weekend.
This fall, Our News takes you inside Bahamas like you've never seen it. From bold flavors to breathtaking art and music that moves the soul. It's all part of our series, Deepening Bahamas' Bahamian Roots. Discover how the world-class resort is more than luxury. It's a celebration of Bahamian culture, creativity, and community. Join us each month as we bring you the stories, the people, and the passion shaping Bahamas. Only on RTV.
Good evening, I'm Tej Adderley here for Our Sports Weekend. Coach Olette McPhee-McEwen's pioneering career as the only Bahamian to ever coach a Division I team sport has seen her take the University of Mississippi Rebels women's basketball team from an SEC also-ran to a perennial winner. She talks about her expectations for her 8th season in the SIP.
Playing Michigan State and a neutral floor, Kansas State. Those games, Memphis, we're going to Memphis, so really excited to get that back going. I mean, I just think it makes a lot of sense and it's necessary. And then, of course, I have my love for the HBCUs, so having them come here, but also being able to go to Alabama A&M this year, I'm really excited. And then anytime we can go to the palm trees in Florida, you know, we couldn't get to the Bahamas, but
That's Grand Bahamas' very own Coach Yo discussing her team schedule for the 2025-26 season during their first practice on Thursday. Although they play in the rugged Southeastern Conference that includes powerhouse teams like Texas, South Carolina, and LSU, the Rebels are not ducking the smoke. They have Notre Dame and Kansas State on their out-of-conference schedule as well. She lost a veteran group last year, but she's ready to share some game with her newcomers. And their season will begin on November 3rd when they play Norfolk State University. Bringing things closer to home, we remember the life of Eddie Ford. Known for his Jim Thorpe-like versatility, Ford was a star baseball player, softball player, cricketer, basketball player, and track athlete. At 18, he signed with the Houston Astros, playing a solid year, making it to the high A level before returning home to the Bahamas. Here, he accomplished legendary feats like scoring 100 points in a basketball game for the Kentucky Colonels, scoring 176 runs not out in a cricket match in London, and winning MVP of a softball tournament in Mexico in 1977 after leading his team to victory. After his playing days were done, he gave back to the game, becoming an umpire, mentoring young athletes who sought him out. A true Renaissance man, Ford was a legend in the Junkanoo scene as well, being a treasured member of the Valley Boys Junkanoo group. While his athleticism made him a legend on the field, his humility, sense of sportsmanship, and fair play made him beloved in the community. And we're sending our love and our condolences to his family and loved ones. Well, that's a wrap for Our Sports Weekend. I'm Tej Adderley. Have a great evening.
Thanks, Sage. Merging cannabis and entertainment, a local promoter shares what he believes can be a major source of revenue for the Bahamas. That's all coming up when Our News Weekend returns.
This fall, Our News takes you inside Bahamas like you've never seen it. From bold flavors to breathtaking art and music that moves the soul. It's all part of our series, Deepening Bahamas' Bahamian Roots. Discover how the world-class resort is more than luxury. It's a celebration of Bahamian culture, creativity, and community. Join us each month as we bring you the stories, the people, and the passion shaping Bahamas. Only on RTV.
Welcome back to Our News Weekend. Cloudy skies outside the Our News studios tonight into tomorrow. Meteorologist Ian McKenzie is back with your weekend forecast. Ian?
Thanks, Berthany. Good evening again, Bahamas. Outside our studios, we're under cloudy skies with a comfortable temperature of 82, feels like at 88. Winds breezy, 20 miles per hour from the east. Across the country, 86 in Freeport, 81 in Marsh Harbor, 82s in Great Albuquerque, the capital, and in Governor's Harbor, as well as Nicholstown, Andros, 83 in Allenstown, Bimini. Central Bahamas, 81s in Kemps Bay, as well as Black Point, 82 in Arthurstown, Coburn Town, 82 also in Dedmonds Key, a pair of 80s in Georgetown and Port Nelson, Rum Key. Southeast Bahamas, 83 in Duncantown and Delectable Bay. Acklands, 82 in Matthewtown, Colonel Hill, and in Abrahams Bay, Meguana, 84 in Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. Tracking the tropics, as we do know, we have Hurricane Umberto out there, Category 5, and closer to home, where we have Tropical Depression 9, soon to be Tropical Storm Imelda. Taking a look now at our future radar forecast, where we can expect rain associated as well as thunderstorms from soon to be Tropical Storm Imelda, crossing over portions of the central, northwest Bahamas and spreading into the northern Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. Some of these showers can be heavy at times and thunderstorms strong to severe. Boating forecast, tropical storm conditions expected, remain in port. Swimmers on shore, winds east to southeast 25 to 35 knots, seas 8 to 12 feet, and those easterly swells generated by both Umberto as well as Tropical Depression 9. Seas 8 to 12 again, high tide 12:14 a.m. tomorrow morning, low tide at 6:17 a.m. Southeast Bahamas again remain in port, winds southerly 15 to 25 gusty at times, seas 5 to 8 but up to 10 feet in those easterly swells. In your extended forecast, stay indoors tomorrow, folks. Do not go out anywhere across the capital northwest as well as the central Bahamas. Through Monday, we expect some clearing conditions, windy. Tuesday, Wednesday, gradually clearing, some showers back in the forecast by the end of the week. Highs in the mid to low 80s, getting up into the 90s. By midweek again, low temperatures upper 70s. That's a wrap in evening forecast. Stay safe, everyone.
Thanks, Ian. Supporters of cannabis legislation say the Bahamas is missing out on a multi-million-dollar industry. Regionally, one country is already showing what's possible, merging cannabis and entertainment to create one mega festival. One local promoter spoke with our Danielle Miller saying the Bahamas still has a long way to go before pulling off an event of that scale.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines to host second Cannabis Festival in October. This is the headline from CNW Network's article concerning the festival. In it, it says it's already attracted millions of dollars in private investments, creating job opportunities. And it will be headlined by Beanie Man and Sprague Benz. The question is, though, can a festival of that kind work in the Bahamas?
In the Bahamas? I think there is, but I think we're a long way from it.
That's the view of professional disc jockey and promoter Melvin Hepburn, better known as Fresh International. He says beyond legal and religious concerns, there are major hurdles local promoters face before they can even think about hosting a mega festival.
The first obstacle is always booking the artist because, like you said, social media plays a big role. Booking an artist is kind of tedious. I've been there for years, so it's more easier now. We have to get approvals from the music union, from immigration, from the U.S. government, U.S. Border Patrol. Everything has to be cleared.
And two other major challenges:
getting sponsorship for like some younger promoters, finding a good venue that can that suits your vision.
But in the grand scheme of things, Hepburn says what's really holding back the local entertainment scene is a lack of unity.
My grandmother used to call it the black crab syndrome. So if one person is doing the job well, someone else feels as though I could do it better.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Thank you for joining us for Our News Weekend. We'll continue to track this storm closely until it passes, bringing you updates as they happen. Be sure to stay tuned to our social media pages, Our News Bahamas on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the very latest information. Enjoy the rest of your evening and be sure to stay safe. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Berthany McDermott. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night.
Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.